But how was your week?
Well, it was good. Thanks for asking. Flying colors, if you pass your classes with flying colors, that means you scored high marks. Flying colors.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just an idiom. How are you, Ikram? How was your week?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. What about you, teacher?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. So let's jump up to our book and let's go to Unit 3. Unit 3 named Places. Interesting. Well, I believe I saw this picture before. The tram, I don't know. What do you think this unit's gonna be about?
Maybe visit new places or countries.
Yes, maybe visiting new places. Okay.
Discovering new things,
Places?
activities.
Discovering activities like, yeah, new places. Well, this picture looks, where do you think this picture was taken from?
I feel like it's Italy.
Yes,
Yeah, me too.
yes, it looks Europe. It looks Europe, and it's very similar to Istanbul, by the way.
Yeah.
It's very similar to Istanbul. Yeah, interesting. Perhaps Italy or I don't know, any European country. Okay, so let's get started. So the first module, the first lesson in the module is Lonely Planet. Well, okay, not not a very happy title, but still. So what do you think is lesson in particular is going to be about? Lonely Planet?
In the Earth?
Okay, maybe about Earth, maybe about solo activities, I suggest. Okay, no problem. Let's get started and we'll see what is this lesson is going to be about. So our first question here is, what comes to your mind when you have the word landscape? Have you ever heard of this word, landscape?
I heard, but I forget.
Yeah, well, when I said landscape, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Outlets, maybe.
Athletes, okay.
Outlet, I
I
said.
imagine a land.
Oh, sorry, what did you say?
I said outlets.
Okay, okay. Ikram, sorry, what did you say again?
I imagine like a normal land.
Yes, yes, a normal land, like an empty place. Okay. A landscape, like one of its meaning, of course, is when you look at something like a natural view, and it's like everything you can see when you look across that area. So this is what we call landscape. Let's see, what does that have anything to be related to our lesson today. So let's start here. Here we have to match the words with the meanings in the box. So I will let you guess. I will let you guess. Here you have one example written for you. So to be shabby or in a bad state, this is another word for it. Depleted. It means like run down. It means like not in a good shape. Okay, this is the meaning of run down. So here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7 vocabulary to work on. They're not very easy, but yeah, still. Please have a look, and I will give you half a minute to think about them, to think of them.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, let's do it together. So the first one here, they're not very difficult, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's have the second one together. Calm, quiet, and peaceful.
I think
It's
tranquil.
Tranquil. That's correct. Tranquil. And I have another synonym for you here. A very used one. Serene. Serene, as in. Wait, let me write it for you here. It's very used as well. Serene.
like tranquil.
Yes, tranquil.
Okay.
Serene. Yes, it's the word here we have tranquil to match it with. All right, the next next one, stunning, breathtaking,
Magnificent.
magnificent. This is an easy one. All right, next one, old and historic.
Ancient.
Of course, ancient. Again, this is easy. Now, deserted. Oh, sorry, my bad. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're done here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 5, unchanged, not altered by tourism.
Unspoiled.
It's sorry, what did you say?
Unspoiled.
I'm unspoiled. Yes, unspoiled. And of course, altered means to be changed. And here 5. All right, next one, we have busy, full of people and noise.
Bustling.
Bustling. It's a silent T. That's correct. 6. Now, beautiful, lovely, pretty, attractive, and pleasant. Ooh, all of those nice adjectives. Yes, it's picturesque. Picturesque. Here, number 7. And the last one, empty or uninhabited.
Deserted.
Deserted, yes, like no one lives there. And here we have them. They're really good. Like you said, like if you can see now, the level is like going up and up the more we go with the book, because the book is really advanced. No problem. Please don't feel disappointed if you didn't know some words, or like now when we read, you're gonna face some new vocabulary. Did you take the answers?
Yeah,
Yes.
teacher, can I have a
Yes.
question?
Yes, please go on.
Could you please again, what does landscape mean?
Well, I told you, landscape is when you look at some view, and it's the area where you can see. It's literally everything you can see when you look across an area. Okay, a large area, land. Like imagine you're in the countryside and you look, everything you can see. This is what we call landscape. Of course, it has more than one meaning, but this is one of the meanings that it's really one of the very or most used meanings. But of course, we use landscape with painting, and yeah, we use it as a portrait sometimes.
Got it. Thank you.
But for now, this is the meaning that we can use. Now, please go on to C. Here they're telling you complete the sentences with the adjectives you just learned, you just used in B. So here you have only 4 sentences. All right, I'll give you a few seconds to look at the sentences. You can scan them and try to guess the adjective that you need here. Okay, let's do it together. So the flower market was
Bustling.
Really?
bustling.
Of course.
Thank you. Let's write bustling together. B-U-S-T-L-I-N-G. Okay, bustling with shoppers. Now, next one. The view from the tower was
Magnificent.
magnificent. That's correct. And magnificent is like M-A-G-N-I-F. Magnificent. Yes. All right. So we wandered around. By the way, this is not with O. It means like we just walked around the walled city. Life there hadn't changed for centuries. Ancient. That's correct. Ancient. Yes. And next one, tourists haven't discovered the area yet, so the beaches are completely deserted.
Oh.
Thank you. Sorry, what is it?
I thought it was unspoiled.
Yeah, me too.
It could be, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, but not really. When we say unspoiled here, they really want to, but yeah, it's possible. Yes. You're right.
Okay.
In fact, you can use unspoiled with 3 as well. You can say we wandered around the unspoiled walled city. It works. They didn't trick us with like just one word. So yeah, we can use it as well. Now let's look at the pictures and let's see if I can if you can use some of the adjectives you just learned to describe them. We have picture A. What do you think? Can you use any of the adjectives you just learned to describe it?
I think it's ancient, actually.
Ancient, maybe ancient. Okay. Okay. What about the second one? Let me move on to the next page.
I believe the second one is also ancient.
It's not very clear because of my electronic book. It may be deserted. Yes, the second one. It looks like no one lives there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. What about 3? What about the third one? Sorry, C.
Magnificent, maybe?
Maybe magnificent. Yes, the view is good. What about that word that we said it means historical?
Ancient?
But it's not historical, it's just the the car is old. All right, no problem. Thanks for trying. Now it's time to read. It's time to read. Let's now let's take turns and read the article, then we will answer the questions. So it says here, every month the BBC Lonely Planet magazine runs a photo competition. They ask readers to send in pictures they have taken on their travel and tell the story behind them. Now let's see what are the stories behind these 3 pictures that we just saw. So we have number 1. Who wants to read number 1?
I can read.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Talking the plunge, Sankalaburi, Thailand. We were in a long tail boat crossing the Koholam reservoir and reservoir and it's a hard name. Sangalaburi, I guess. Okay. I closed the Burmese board in Western Thailand when our driver took us on a detour to Thailand's longest wooden bridge. As he cut the engine,
Engine, yes.
and we idled up to the bridge for a closer look. Some local boys were enjoying a bombing diving competition. When they saw us, they seized the moment to
Seize the moment.
To showcase some of their diving, and one after the other plunged into the water. We were only there for a few minutes, but this important performance remains one of the
Impromptu.
highlights.
Impromptu. It's impromptu.
Okay, impromptu performance remains of one of the highlights of my time in Thailand. This shot embodies the spontaneity of the country and its people's vibrancy. Alastair MacDonald was on a two-week holiday in Thailand.
Thank you very much. Now, as I told you before, please don't feel like don't feel down at all because you didn't know some of the vocabulary here. What I would suggest to you is that try to read behind the lines and try to have, I don't know, those students who go to international schools, they emphasize on something that I would really emphasize on now. Don't try to learn all the vocabulary in a language. You would never be able to learn all the new vocabulary in English language. It's very challenging. Yes, you can master like a specific sector, a specific major, for example, literature or like pharmacy or any other major. But the point is that try to have something called context clues. You read before the new vocabulary and after, and you get what like approximately what it would mean. You see, this technique will help you to have like a general idea about the entire text, and eventually you'll be able to understand what the text is all about. So now let's see, this is a competition, like diving competition. Plunge, it's like this. This is what they meant by plunge. So let's see if we have any new vocabulary to explain. Let me go back. Where is my PDF? Yes. Here we have long tail crossing boat, etc., etc. Reservoir. What is a reservoir?
Maybe a river.
It's like a lake. It's an artificial made lake. What they call reservoir. Okay, thank you. Now next one. What do we have here? Deter. Deter is like a road. Okay, it's like kind of road. Long wooden bridge, and he cut the engine and split up. For a closer look, the local boys, etc. Bombing competition when they seize the moment. Do you know the meaning of seize the moment here? I guess from the context clues you can guess.
I think like you stopped for a while, maybe something.
When they say seize the moment, it's like to take advantage of you know, like that moment. So here when they seized the moment, they took advantage and they were able to showcase some of their diving to show the people who are visiting them. And after other plunged into the water, we were able to yes. Impromptu. What is the meaning of impromptu?
I think it's like an positive adjective, but I don't know. Maybe.
Impromptu and reservoir, you can feel French here. I don't know if you studied French before, but you can feel French. This word means it means done without any preparation. Okay, impromptu. And it's okay to have some adjectives in English with this sound at the end. It happens in advanced English, yes. Performance remains the highlight. Okay, Thailand.
Think of
Yes,
vibrancy.
vibrancy from being alive. Let me double check for you. I believe it's from vibrant. Vibrancy. The quality of being full of life and energy. Yes, just like what I said. And spontaneity, it's when you do something spontaneously without noticing. Spontaneity of the country and its people's vibrancy. It means like people there are just spontaneous and they are full of life and energy. Yes, I guess this is Thailand. So do you have any other questions here?
No.
Okay. Okay, the next one is pupa. Nice. So who wants to read now?
I can.
Go on.
Seeing the light, Havana, Cuba. The Malecon is a 5-mile long, 6-lane sea route laid out by U.S. Marines from 1901 and fronted by 19th century buildings in various states of disrepair. It is where habaneros hang out and party the weekends and is the unique fingerprint of Havana. When I got there, the sun was starting to set. There was a warm breeze blowing and a strong sea swell, with waves crashing against the seawall. The sun was barely peeping through the clouds when I noticed a 1950s uh, Pontiac, Pontiac approaching in the distance. I waited until it drew closer before pressing the shutter. For me, this photo captures the essence of Havana, an uniquely photogenic city frozen in time for 50 years. Anthony McEvoy was in Cuba for work and a short holiday.
Thank you very much. Well, again, this is really nice, like how they describe the old place there. So where is this place?
Cuba.
Havana, Cuba.
And what's special about it? They said it's 5-mile long, 6-lane sea road, and it laid out by U.S. Marine or Marines here from 1901 and fronted by 19th century buildings in various states. All right, so here we have just the star. We can read down there. You can see what they wanted to give us, this indentation. Yes, it's there. So people born in Havana, this is the name of their, like, of the locals there. Harbanurius. Interesting name. Okay, so let's look here if we have any new vocabulary to discuss. And where, hang out and party, the weekend, unique, fingerprint. This is a good one. What's the meaning of fingerprint in this context? Of course, we know what a fingerprint is, but here, what does it mean? The fingerprint of Havana.
It's like
Fiction, I think.
Sorry?
something public
Fiction, I
right
think.
there.
I'm sorry, you talked together. It's okay if you said it means like the atmosphere of this place, like what is special about this place. So if you, for example, if you travel to some countries, you find something in common. You find that this country has a particular thing that you find it everywhere. This is the fingerprint of this place. They use it like as a figure of speech, fingerprint. When I got there, the sun was starting to set and the breezing, roaming. Okay, easy, crashing against the sea. Do you have any new vocabulary here?
Yes, I got disrepair, I guess. And the third line.
1, 2, 3. Yes. Disrepair.
Disrepair.
Yes.
I know it. I just misread it.
It's okay. It's this like disrepair, and it means like the building has not, it's not in a good shape. Okay, the other one, what is the other one? Okay. Do you have any questions here?
Can I?
By the way, Piontech, it's a brand. So an American brand. Okay, go ahead, Ikram, you can ask me.
What does essence mean?
Sorry, which one?
Essence, like if we count from down,
Yeah,
like
yes,
the
yes,
third
I got you,
line.
I got you. Essence. Well, essence is the most important, it's the most important thing. So here, the essence of Havana, it's the most important thing in Havana. So the most important thing in Havana is the uniquely photogenic city. Okay, do you have any other vocabulary? It means the city has so many views, and it's like the best place to take pictures. Ikram, can you hear me?
Yeah, but I think your voice like was lagging somehow.
What I
You
was
said
trying
it-
to say is that essence, it means the most important thing in a like, it's just the most important thing. So here, the essence of Havana, it means the most important thing in Havana.
Okay, got it. So can I have another question?
Yes, please. Yes.
What does photogenic mean? Photogenic city.
Photogenic, it's like, it means the city which is very good to take pictures or photographs at.
Yeah, thank you.
You're most welcome. Now let's move on to the next one.
It's my turn.
Oh, sorry. Yes, go ahead.
Time stands still. Materia, southern Italy. Nothing could have prepared me for my first sight of the Sassi di Mitra. I wasn't sure what to expect from a cave town where the locals live in the same houses as their
Ancestors.
ancestors did 9,000 years ago. I felt like I'd wandered onto a film set. The jumble of stacked cave houses appeared to tumble down a ravine. Adding to the magic of the place was the fact that I was the only person there, and it felt like a ghost town. I left feeling slightly humbled. Maybe it was knowing that my hotel room was once a cave dwelling for a family of 10 of their livestock.
Thank you very much. So if you're asking yourself what a ravine is, this is the
Yes.
ravine is like deep and very narrow.
Okay.
This is what the adjective ravine means. According to the magic, was interesting information about that Italian city. Dwelling. What is dwelling? Do you have any idea?
It's like the house.
Yes, it's the house where people live.
Yes. Or
Cave
rent out.
dwelling for family of 10 and their Livestock. What is like livestock or livestock?
I guess animals, maybe.
Maybe that's a very good guess. Like the animals that are kept on their farm. You see how you used context clues to guess the meaning, and you were 100%
Yes.
correct. This technique, believe me, when you develop this technique, that will help you a lot in the any international exam, because this is what they want you to do, to understand, not to memorize everything. Okay. Good job, everyone. Thank you very much for reading. Now let's answer some questions, and let's see here if we can answer all of them. So question one, who wants to answer question one? Or maybe I can give you like a few seconds to read them and try to match the information if you have a printed book in front of you. Okay, I guess they're doing it. So, sorry. Ikram, can you read to us the first question?
Yes. How did Alistair arrive at the scene?
How?
I don't know what they mean by Alistair. Who is it?
It's in the first passage, in the first paragraph.
Oh, okay, got it.
I guess they were in a long-tail boat.
That's correct.
And they
correct.
sailed it.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. Just a long tail boat. That's how they came. Thank you. So what examples of spontaneity does he mention?
About this, some local boys, they were enjoying bombing competition.
Yes, they were enjoying diving. Thank you. That's correct. Tasneem, can you answer? Yes.
Sorry for interrupting, but why did they write it like this? Like example?
Example or examples. This is optional. When you see these two parentheses or brackets, this means optional. Like maybe you can mention one example, or maybe you can mention more than one.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, so I was asking someone. It's okay. Tasneem, you can do number 3.
Okay. What is the Malkan and what happens there? I think it's the 5-mile long 6-lane sea road.
That's correct. It's a long sea road with a lot of old buildings, right?
Yeah, it is where happeners hang out and party at the weekend. Is that correct?
Correct. Thank you very much. That's a very good answer. Now, Tartil, you can do number 4.
Which things in the photo and the text capture the essence of Havana for Anthony?
So which things in the photo and the text capture this essence of Havana and
the sun
Anthony?
was barely peeping through the clouds.
Well, the waves crashing against the sea. The seawall, I guess, yes.
Where's that? I can't find it.
If you look at the picture, you can see it. Let me try to go back. Right? And it's mentioned in the text. So here, there, here.
Yeah.
Now, number 5, Ikram, you can do it again.
Okay. What is special about the house in Matira?
Yeah, the houses. What was special about them? The last passage.
I think they took or they inherit their houses from their ancestors. Like it was like an ancient houses.
Yes, but there was something more special about them. They were in caves. Like they were, if you remember, they were like in caves.
Like I think she felt herself like she was in a film set. I think I don't know.
You can see it here. From a cave town. It's entirely a cave town. But
Oh,
9,000 now 9,000 years is again something, of course, special. Now the last question here, whose turn is it? Tartil, you are unmuted. You can do it.
Okay, how did George feel when he left the town? He said that he left the town feeling slightly humbled.
Well, yes, he was humble. That's correct. So have you ever heard of these places? Have you ever heard of them before?
No,
No.
Not really.
no.
Would you like to visit them one day?
I don't think so.
I think only the first one.
The Thailand one.
Yeah, I think it's somehow special. Like the view.
Interesting.
Yeah, the second one, it fits like a horror movie.
Well, yes, it feels like a horror movie. You're right. Sometimes some towns in Europe, they're entirely deserted, and they feel like you feel very lonely there. But still, so many people like all over the world go to Italy for like having a vacation or a holiday. They come to Turkey too, but I guess they go to Italy like more. Italy and Spain. They're very famous for tourism.
Yeah.
Okay. So here in the speaking, what they're asking us. Think of snapshot, the moment of a special holiday. Where were you? How did you feel? And why is the memory important to you? Yes, this is interesting. We can do it now, and we can compare it with like everyone. I will make it interesting a little bit. Take half a minute, take the notes, and then I will let you speak for 2 minutes, every one of you. This is exactly how they do in the exams. So yes, I will start counting for you now. Start. Okay, you can start now. Who wants to start first?
I can.
Go on, Tasneem.
Okay. I remember 3 or 4 years ago, we went to Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt, which was our first time to went there. I remember we have a picture, me and Tortilla, we were in the sky with a parachute pulled by a boat. It was a really fun experience. I can't forget that day. It was such a nice holiday.
So did you go on your own with your family?
Yeah, with our family.
How did
We
you
were
feel?
like 15 and 16. We can't travel alone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So thank you, Tasneem, but that was really short. You would, if you face something like this in a kind of exam, you definitely need to extend it more. And there are some techniques about that. We will go, like we will discuss these kind of techniques later on. But the main idea of extending your speaking time is to mention more details. Okay, thank you. Who's next?
I will go.
Go ahead.
I was in Turkey in 22, and I was on a spring holiday, and I went to Aquafloria Mall. You probably know it. With
Yeah.
my best friend, and we just had a really, really good day. And by the end of the day, we sit on the rocks watching the sunset, and we took a really good photo. The snake took it for us. And I
Nice.
felt like so good. I was under no obligation and I felt free, you know?
Interesting. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And the last one with us is Ikram. Go ahead, Ikram, if you would like to share us.
Yeah. Like last summer vacation, we were in Georgia, I mean, like in Tbilisi, the capital city.
Nice.
Actually, yeah, it was fun actually for me, but for my family, you know, it wasn't. Like we climbed up the mountain, but I mean by the car, not by our feet, not on feet. Yeah, I mean. So we saw a church. We entered the church.
A church? Is it a church? Do you want to say a church?
Yeah,
Okay.
like related to the Christian religious, I mean.
Yes, yes.
Or religion.
Church.
Yeah, so like I feel like I was believing. I'm still believing. Like I will never feel like when you enter a church, like when you enter a mosque. Like when you enter a mosque, you feel peacefully, very like a very good like feeling. But when I entered the church, I didn't feel anything actually. I just like watched them how they like pray to their God. Yeah, that was like awkward for me, but I like it because I explore a new thing in my life because of that.
Thank you very much for sharing us. So here, it's very interesting. We have like 3 very different places. Thank you very much for sharing us, guys. I guess it's now time to our break. We can continue.
Teacher, what about you?
Okay.
Before our break.
I'm sorry, I didn't share you. Well, the last holiday I took, it was a very unusual place in Turkey. And I thought I'm gonna regret it. It was Sakarya, a city that has no sea, and it's not like a hot touristic area, you know, like
I know
Istanbul
some people who study there on university.
Yes, but there was some place there for some silver water. This kind of water heals your skin.
Nice.
So yeah, we just drove there. It's very close to Istanbul, few hours from here. I really enjoyed my time there with my friends, and that water was really good. It just vibrates. Sorry. It just vibrates the moment that you stand up from that pool, and yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Thank you.
It's wonderful.
Thank you guys. So let's have our 10 minutes of break, and after break we can continue with what we have here. Enjoy your break.
You too.
Okay.
That's good.
Great. So before break, we discussed our vacations or holidays, and they were amazing. 4 different countries. Yeah, very interesting. I believe 3 different countries because Turkey was repeated twice. Right, now let's move on to grammar. As usual, we have this box and we have the language bank. I'd like to go to the language bank before. Can you see my book now? Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go to the language bank before, and then we can come back to this box. It's page 132. And yes, noun phrases. Interesting, a very interesting topic. Well, let me tell you just before we start, in English, we have something called syntax. Syntax is like, it's like a science. It's completely something that linguists, the people who study science of languages, they analyze, okay? So here we're gonna start with something called noun phrases. What are noun phrases, and what does that all have to do with the grammar? Well, let's see. Just I want to tell you, the more you analyze sentences, the more you master the grammar functions, the uses of specific grammatical aspects. The definition of noun phrases, let's read it, and then I will show you exactly where you can find them, the noun phrases. A noun phrase is a group of words which function as a unit to describe the noun. Information can be added before and after the noun to add further information about it. So they're telling you just this is a grammatical term. It's just important to remember sometimes. Pre-modification. This is what's before the noun, and it's describing the noun. Okay, pre-modification. Just keep it in mind. I will show you where. Like when we have an example, I will show you what is a pre-modification. So they're telling you compound nouns are formed when another noun is added to help describing the main noun. This can be written as two words, with a hyphen, or as a one word. Let's see, for example, coffee cup, build up, and fingerprint. Now, if you ask me when to have space, when not to have a space, or when to have a hyphen, this completely have to do with the dictionary you're using, or the kind of language you're using. Sometimes it's different between American English and British English. So what I would suggest is that just stick to one style and memorize the words that you're going to use. There are literally no rules for those. Just as it's written in the dictionary. That's it. And if you're wondering what kind of English it's here in this book, I think it's British. Yes, it's British because it's related to BBC. If you want to stick to the American one, no problem. You can work on them on your own. But I'm telling you, these kind of hyphens and the no space, sometimes they're the same. Most of the time they're very similar, but sometimes it's different. And this is all up to the dictionary you're using, American or English, or American or British. So they're telling you compound adjectives can be used for expressions of measurement. Yes, we know that. Note plural expressions become singular. Yes, this is again good. Guys, let me show you, before that, let me show you just what a noun phrase is. 1 second, please. Let me make it a full screen here. Okay.
Teacher, can I have a question?
Yes, please.
Like if we were writing a noun phrase and we like forget the hyphen, will it be wrong, the sentence or this phrase?
It depends. Sometimes yes, sometimes it's not. But this is not a noun. This can be a noun phrase, but it's not a noun phrase. This is just a noun. This is a word. Okay. A noun phrase is like this. I'll show you. For example. Okay. This is a relative clause. No, not that. Not that. Guys, like a noun phrase is just a noun, and before it, what is before it? Like, look here, a 45-minute journey. This is what we call a noun phrase. Okay. A phrase, typically, like a phrase has no subject or no verb. It's just like few words together, and they're usually in a sentence. Sometimes they're not in a sentence. Like, for example, thank you. Thank you is again a phrase. Yeah, So you can see here 45 minutes journey. This is what we call a noun phrase. It can be in a sentence. Okay, now here what is important, why they're putting this here as bold. 45 minutes, not minutes. Why? When you have these expressions, they're like the 45 minutes, it's describing journey, right? The main noun in the noun phrase. When you have it as in this way, here it's like an adjective. Okay, here it's like an adjective. 45 minutes, it's an adjective for journey. And adjectives can't be plural. They can't be plural. You can't say nicest people. No, it's just nice people. So this is why we say 40-year-old girl, like this. You don't say 40 years. Here it came as an adjective. Look here, 6-year-old boy. The same example I used. This is here, it came as an adjective for the boy. This is what we call pre-modification. This is like a modifier here. It explains what the noun is. And all of them together, they are what we call a noun phrase, okay?
Yes.
I believe so far it's understandable, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes. They're telling us here, adverb plus adjective combination can be used to give more information about the noun. Yes, again here, this is another noun phrase, an amazing simple process. Again, here you have simple as an adjective, amazingly simple process. Amazingly, here, amazingly simple. Again, it's describing the process. Adverbs don't only describe the verb, sometimes they describe noun as well, like here, and the adjective, amazingly simple. Here, amazingly describing the simple, the adjective, which describes the process, the noun. And all of them together is what we call a noun phrase, definitely a noun phrase. How to know if you have this question in mind, how to know if this is a noun phrase or not? If you look at it here, an amazing simple process, like what words you can just get rid of and you still have some meaning. Of course, it's a grammatical term, an article, we delete it. Amazingly, it doesn't mean anything like on its own. And simple, the same. Eventually, you're describing the process, which is the main word. And therefore, this is what we call noun phrase. This is how you know it. Now, how to describe, if you have this in mind, especially for non-native speakers, they always mix with the order of adjectives. How sometimes you have more than one adjective before a noun, and how to order them. This box is very good for that. First, you have the determinator or the determiner. 2, for example, here 2, 3, 4, the number. And after that, you have the value. Lovely, shabby. You can have size after that, large, big, etc. And age, old, young. Shape, how it looks. Color, origin, material, what is it made of. And finally, you have the noun. You can have a compound noun, and you can have just a noun on its own. You can work on this box on your own. You can try to memorize it, because you need to memorize it. You need to know how to order them. Sometimes it's tricky, honestly. Sometimes it's tricky. Okay. Now we understood how it comes before, but sometimes we have after the noun. We have something what we call a post modification. It means description after the noun, right? So they're telling us here, prepositional phrases can be used to help modify the noun. Prepositional phrases, from their names, like from their name, it's a phrase that has a preposition. Let's see here. The light, this is the noun, obviously, from the setting sun. So you can see here, from the setting sun. This is what we call a prepositional phrase. Why? Because it has a preposition, right? From the, etc., etc., to the, etc. So this is what we call a prepositional phrase. And this is the noun, right? This describes this. From the setting sun, okay, of what? Of the light. So the light from the setting sun. And all of it is what we call a noun phrase. So again, this is what came after. This is what we called a post modification, or you can say post modifier as well. Yes, go ahead.
Can you just repeat it, please?
Yeah, this is a little bit. By the way, this is a little bit college level. I remember in advanced grammar they teach this. So we have something called modification. Imagine modification as describing. Okay, it's something that describes something else. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So post modification, it's something that explains about the noun here, but after, not before. If you look back here, 45-minute journey. Here, this described the journey, but they came before. How can we write something refers to the noun, but after? Well, to do that, we need prepositional phrases to help us. We need this kind of as a tool, okay, to help us. You can see here a suggestion. Yeah, what kind of suggestion? For how to arrange the meeting. For how to arrange the meeting, it's like an explanation about suggestion. And this is what we call post modification. A modification, a description that comes after the noun, not before the noun. Okay.
Okay, I kinda get it.
Yes, you'll like, I think you know it, but it's just the grammatical term sometimes difficult. So we had like two cases here. The first one was pre-modification, that just few words we use before the noun to describe the noun, and after that we had after modification, like post-modification. They are like prepositional phrases that come after the noun to explain that noun. All right. Now let's go to the case 3. Participle clauses also give information, like also describe. You can look here, people rushing in and out of their offices. You can see here this rushing in and out to offices. It's all again it's all telling about people, the noun. So all of it, it's a noun phrase, right? But you can see here this participle clause describing or telling about those people. This is another way to have post modification, not just by prepositional phrases, but here again you have the participle clauses. Participle clauses are like the clauses that start with the ing. People rushing from, people running of. Yes, please.
I was about to ask the same thing that you said, that rushing is not a verb here, right?
Yes, it is not.
Okay.
It is not. It's a gerund. Okay. Now the last one, or before the last one, you have relative clauses as well. Relative clauses. The relative clauses, if you remember, we're gonna study them like after, but if you remember them from before, they are the clauses that have this relative like relative tool, whom or who. For example, the man whom I stopped or spotted here in the restaurant. So you can see here, this one again, the relative clause is describing the man who or whom I spotted. If you wonder what's the difference between who or whom, I believe we're going to study this next lesson, but still, whom, it's when the person they're describing is an object, and who when he's not, he's like subject. Okay, a subject, yes. So you can see here the man whom I spotted. He's here the object, of course. All right, I believe this is all. They're telling us sometimes the relative clause can be rewritten as a noun phrase. For example, let's see research that has been conducted recently, or recently research. Okay, so the last one, they're telling you just sometimes the relative clause can be rewritten as a noun phrase. Let's now not focus a lot about the relative clause, because we're going to study this tomorrow. All right, now, do you have any questions about the other cases or all of the cases here, post and pre-modification and post-modification? Did you understand them?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. Well, this is very good. This is very good if you understood them, because this is kind of advanced. Now let's move on to practice. We want you to make a sentence by adding information in brackets, like to the noun phrase. And of course, you need to pay attention to the word order. So here you have 6 sentences, you can work on them.
Can I start with the first one?
You can take your time, take like half a minute, read them all and try to do them all.
Okay.
If you want, I can do the first one for you as an example. Let me do it for you. So we would say, I like small. Wait, just let me see it. Yes, I like small cups of course coffee. Oh, before coffee, we have more adjectives here. Of freshly ground. I missed something here. Strong black. Coffee. If you noticed here, I had, yes. So, and a full stop, of course. So this is how you can do it. This is an example.
Teacher, can we say like I like strong black small cups of freshly ground coffee?
Well, this is what's tricky. You can look here. Sorry, let me stop that. Yes, you can look back there and you can see. I'm sorry. You can see this box. This box is going to help you. So it says here, determiner, value, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, and then you have the noun. And this is exactly how we ordered them. Okay, you can work on the others.
Teacher, number 4. What
Cigars.
does coupon mean?
Coupon. From
Coupon.
Cuba. Cigars are very famous. Cuban cigars are very famous. They make they manufacture a lot of cigars there in Cuba.
Okay, what about those? How can we use it? Like it's a bit tricky.
Sorry, which one?
After it's on the same point, number 4.
Enormous?
No, those before.
Those.
Like how can I use it here?
You gotta find a place to use them. He smokes those.
Oh.
Hugely, etc., etc.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's do it together.
Can I start, teacher?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm not sure. He bought a pretty little house by the river. It's number 2.
So he bought the, can you repeat it again, please?
He bought a pretty little house by the river.
Yes, that's correct. The pretty little house by the river. Okay. I will show you the entire, all the answers after that. I don't want to write all of them. So now let's have Ikram. You can do next one, Ikram.
She made cakes. I would say she made
Remember the determiner.
2 delicious cakes with strawberries and fresh cream on top and with dark chocolate.
Well, you started correct. You started correctly. She made 2 delicious dark chocolate cakes with strawberries and fresh cream on top. This is a little bit tricky, no problem. You can practice more and you can read the box like thoroughly. Tom, you read the box thoroughly, really study it. All right, number 4.
Me?
Go ahead, please.
He smokes those hugely expensive coupon enormous cigarettes which Jane gave him.
So he smokes those hugely expensive enormous Cuban cigars which Jane gives him. Very similar. Okay, thank you. I can do the next one. So they carried the massive pile of ridiculously heavy books all the way up 7 flights of stairs. Yes, that's the way we should do it. And the last one, who wants to do it?
I can do it.
Yes, please.
It was a hairy, incredibly smelly guard dog, but rather friendly.
It was an incredibly smelly, hairy, but rather friendly guard dog. Yes, you should have positioned incredibly smelly before hairy. Or yeah, smelly. Okay. So if you wonder how to get the order of adjectives correct, correctly, well, again, the box is really important. You have B. This is, you can do it at home, B. This is for you, you can do it at home. But now I'm gonna give you the answers for A and B. You can like look at the answers after you try. Let me give you the answers for both of them. Yes, here are the answers. This is for A, and this is for B. Can you see them?
Yes.
Yeah, I took a picture.
Okay. Let's go back to our book. And oops, what happened? Yes. Now let's move back to where we stopped here. I believe it was page 30 something. Yes, now the box. Now the box. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look and try to like fill the blanks. So let's read the box together, and then we can revise what we just learned and put the missing word. So first they're telling us a noun phrase is a group of words which functions as a unit to describe the noun. Okay, information can be added before or after the noun in different ways. Okay, we just studied that. First, compound nouns. Noun can be used to, a noun can be used to modify a noun, like a noun can be used to describe a noun. Sometimes these are written as two words, sometimes as a one word, and sometimes they are hyphened or hyphenated. For example, cave houses, it's separated. Fingerprint, it's like it's one word, and candy floss, it's like separate or like it's hyphenated. Now, what do you think here we can add as well?
We should fill them from the text, right?
Well, yes, but
I have one.
let's let's read the question here, the instructions here. They're telling us, look at the way which the nouns expressed can be modified. Add the underlined section in the text to the appropriate category below. Okay, so from the text, that's right.
I have one, teacher.
Yes, what is it?
I think 5 mile long.
Sorry?
5 mile long.
I couldn't hear you.
5 mile long.
Okay, here we have a one from the text. Film set. Again, this is a compound noun. Here we need a compound noun, okay? All right. So now let's look at number 2. Compound adjectives. Adjectives can be used to modify the noun using hyphens. Long-tail boats, for example. So they're telling us when the noun part is plural, it becomes singular in compound. This is the example that Ikram told us about. For example, 9-year-old girl. The girl which is 9. Do you have another one here? For example, 5 hyphen mile hyphen long. And you can say, for example, sea road from the text. I'm giving you an example from the text, but of course you can have like enormous examples. And if you're telling me 5 mile long, it can be hyphenated and it can be separated. Both correct. Both correct. Okay, now next one. Adverb plus adjectives combination. Refreshingly cool breeze. Or again, we need to use an example from the text. Uniquely. Okay, uniquely. يمكنك city. Again, here you can see adjectives, and then adverb, adjective, and then a noun. All right, now then we have adjectives. They're telling us when several adjectives come before the noun, they need to be in a specific order. Value adjectives, which gives like your opinion, they come first, followed by size, age, shape, color, origin, and material. You see this line? This is what you need to memorize about ordering the adjectives. Delicious slice of homemade apple pie. Or you can have this one as well. Let me write it for you. Longest wooden bread. Again, this is an example from the text, but again, you can have like so many other examples. Prepositional phrases and participle clauses. The ocean after the noun. Sorry, these Oscar after the noun. Oh, I can't see it very well. These occur after the noun. I'm sorry. Yes, exactly what we said. Why it's not clear here on my screen? Let me share again. Yes, I can see them now. So we have what we call post modification. Post modification. They come after the noun. They occur after the noun. Prepositional phrases like a camera for filming a short video clips. And I have another example from the text. Let me write it for you as well.
For a look, for a closer look. Again.
Thank you. For a closer look. Again, here they come after the noun. After the noun, and they describe it. They are post modification. They are post modifiers. We have participle clauses. Waves crashing against the wall, against the sea wall, or we can have another example from the text again.
Approaching in the distance.
Thank you. Approaching in the distance. That's great. I believe you understood very well. Do you have any questions here?
No.
Okay. Well done. Now let's move on to practice a little bit. We had a lot of theoretical grammar today. Yes, let's put them in, let's put the words in the correct order to form sentences. You have here 5 sentences. You can work on them, or 5 groups of words to make them like 5 sentences. Go on. It's 5 here. Okay. Like, I believe we read the sentence before. Okay, let's do it together. Tartib, you can start first this time.
Okay. Wait.
So how did you order it?
A slice of delicious homemade chocolate cake with cherries on top.
That's correct. A slice of delicious homemade chocolate cake with cherries on top.
Oh, I'm so lucky.
I guess not. This is what instinct. You have the instinct. You have it in mind without without thinking
Yes.
about it. You can get it, you know, spontaneously.
Thank
That's a
you.
great. Now next one for Tasneem. Go on, Tasneem.
Okay. A bright red heavy duty 50 girls brand new bike. Wait. No, wait.
You say a brand new. It means like something which is really new.
Yeah,
Which is
I know
like
this.
the first one, yeah.
Oh, okay. A brand new bright red heavy duty mountain bike with the 50 gears.
That's correct. Thank you very much. A brand new bright red heavy duty mountain bike with 15 gears. Thank you. Next one is for Ikram. Go ahead.
Okay. It is what's the best one?
Age, remember age, traditional.
Should I start with Greek? No, right?
Sorry, not age. I mean, what do you need first here? You need here first a traditional.
Okay, seafood? It's a seafood?
Sorry?
Should I start with it's a seafood?
No. Okay, you know what? I can do it for you. You can do number 5.
Okay.
A traditional Tuscan or Tuscan, it's a strange name, okay. Bean soup with freshly baked bread. So here a traditional comes before, then you put the name of this food. Tuscan bean soup with freshly baked bread.
Sorry, teacher, but I was doing number 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I skipped the one by accident. You can do number 3 again. Go ahead.
Okay, so I will see it's a restaurant.
Yes.
Of the best fresh small Greek, I think, yes, seafood in the area which serves. No, that's wrong.
It's okay. You can try again. Go ahead.
It's a restaurant.
There are some pre-modifiers here. It's a small Greek restaurant. Okay.
Okay, it's a small Greek restaurant, which serves some fresh seafood.
Some of the best fresh seafood in the area. Thank you. That's correct. And number 5 now. Let's do number 5. I can do it again. A fantastic ancient medieval castle on the top of a very steep hill. Steep, it means very pointed. Pointed. This is the meaning of steep.
And what does medieval mean?
Medieval, it's a, well, it's an age in Europe, an age. It's like the Dark Ages. It's famous for the Dark Ages.
Okay.
Yeah, العصور الوسطى or مظلمة. Mid, it means like middle. But the medieval ages, they're famous as the Dark Ages in Europe. Okay, now let me show you the answers here. I'm gonna share with you the answers. You can find them here. Did you take them?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now let's go back to our book. Let's see what we got here. Can you see the book now?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Okay. Now let's go to writing. Let's read this and then discuss it. Here they're giving you an example of a description passage. Describing a place, learn to add details. Interesting. So they're telling us here, read the Lonely Planet Guide entry for Lisbon. Lisbon is in Spain. Make notes about the city under the following headings: location, history, nearby sites, architecture, things to see or do, food, and drink. Okay, we can take turns. So Lisbon, who wants to start reading?
I will.
Go ahead, please.
I can.
You can
me
be
or-
next to come.
Oh, okay. Situated on the southwestern coast of
Situated, or situated, yes.
situated on the southwestern coast of Portugal and overlooking the Rio Tejo. Lisbon offers all of the delights you'd expect of Portugal's star attraction. Gothic, I guess.
Yes,
Cat-
Gothic cathedrals.
Cathedrals, majestic monasteries, and quaint museums are all part of the colorful cityscape. But the real delights of discovery lie is wandering the narrow lanes of Lisbon's lovely back streets, as bright yellow trams wend their way through curvy tree-lined streets. Lisboetes strolled through the old quarters, much as they've done for centuries. Village life, gossip, on
Yes.
an old alfama is exchanged at the public baths or over baths. I have a problem with the th and s after it.
No problem. You can say baths or baths. Yeah.
Baths are over fresh bread and wine at tiny patio restaurant as fastate propeness of fado, Portugal's traditional
melancholic singing. It's a kind of singing in Portugal, don't you? It's okay if you didn't know it. It's a kind of singing in Portugal. It's not
it's
very.
kinda
It's a very
hard.
specific vocabulary. No problem. Yes.
Okay, perform in the background.
Thank you. Now, Ikram, it's your turn.
Okay. Meanwhile, in other parts of town, visitors and locals chase the ghost of Pessoa, a Portuguese poet.
Poet.
And warmly,
Someone who tells
Actually.
poetry. Shar.
poet, and warmly lit 1930s era cafes. Yet while history is very much alive in ancient Lisbon, its separate is undeniably youthful.
Undeniably youthful.
Undeniably youthful. In the hilltop district of Bairro Alto, dozens of restaurants and bars line the narrow streets with jazz reggae
Yeah.
Yeah, electronica and fado, filling the air and revelers partying until dawn. Nightclubs scattered all over town make fine use of all the spaces, whether on riverside docks or tucked away in 19th century mansions.
Okay, thank you. The Lisbon experience encompasses so many. Oh, sorry, I believe this name didn't.
Yeah, I was
Go ahead.
waiting.
I won't skip you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. The Lisbon experience encompasses so many things, from enjoying fresh pastry and bacon, espresso on a petit leafy place, to window shopping in Algent Chado, or watching the sunset from the old Morchi castle. Just outside Lisbon, there's more to explore. The magical setting of Sintra, glorious beaches and beaches and traditional fishing village.
Thank you very much. So, yeah, as you can see, it's all about Portugal, and if you can notice, all the new vocabulary we have here, they're all related to either dances, sings, like songs, kinds of kinds of songs, and food. That's it. So yeah, nothing to worry about. And you might face something like this while you're reading in IELTS or TOEFL, because they have something related to, like, definitely you'll have a passage about social studies, something like related to social studies, and therefore, yes, it can be about one culture, about a new culture that they discovered, or anyway. So no problem if you didn't know the meanings of those words, because obviously they're very related to Portugal, not to English. Still, they added them. So I believe this is good. We're done with this unit so far. Do you have any questions? Do you have any queries for now?
No, thank you, teacher.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I just want to tell you, I'm not sure about tomorrow, because tomorrow it's gonna be the last day in my school, and perhaps we're gonna have some kind of white show. If you know what a white show is, it's like a talent show for students at the end of the year.
Nice.
So yeah, hopefully I can catch up with our listen, but if I couldn't, I will write you on the group. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
No,
teacher.
have
Thank you guys, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Have fun, teacher.
Enjoy it. Thank you.
see you.
Bye.
Okay, bye for now.
Bye.